Welcome to Land the House. I'm Seth. I live in a modular home. It's in two different pieces that was built in a factory and then brought out and put together on my foundation. I've had very few problems in the past 7 years, but the biggest issue is now the HVAC system. I've got my thermostat here and it's set to just run on the heating coil, which is highly expensive. So what's going on? First of all, let me show you back here where my actual furnace is. It's back here in this room, and this unit is still running okay. It's got 15 amp breakers in it and can support the system that I need. The problem is that, well, we had a dog and it brought in a bunch of dirt, and I didn't change my air intake filters as often as I needed to. So that was one issue that may have caused some problems. But one of the biggest issues, let's step out back here. It's quite snowy out today. This unit out here was probably refurbished and sold as new. A big issue because I had a technician come out and look at it. So what was going on, I'm going to be squinting because it's so bright out here. Every couple of minutes it would turn on, run for 5 to 10 seconds, and then go and then turn off. So I had a guy come out here and look at it, and he said, fan motor is shot and there's a liquid, I forget what it is, it's just dripping all over the place. And then there's some stuff in here. He said it was most likely not from the factory. Anyway, he did not want to badmouth any companies, but said that it's not the way that his company installs things. And I personally knew that it was not done very well whenever I saw this being installed. And I don't know anything about HVAC. So this whole unit is shot. He said just the parts for the stuff he knows it's bad would be $700 to $800. So this is going to be replaced. And then let me show you downstairs. Oh, so this is a 3.5, whatever that means. It's too small for the 1900 square feet that I have. He said I would need a 4 for this. So it's undersized and it's been working harder than it needs to over the past 7 years. And so let me show you the ductwork underneath the house. The house is put together in two parts, which means the air has to get from this side right here over to the other side. And it's using this flexible pipe here, which apparently is fairly standard practice, but it's got some inefficient kinks over here. And that needs to be replaced. So we're going to do a metal pipe there, which should allow the air to flow smoother. Whenever the company put this in, they left out insulation in a few places. But also, this duct right here goes underneath this plastic here. And then the end of the run goes over here to right over this vent. And so almost all the air from the whole system is lost right here in this room. So this is going to be replaced right here. And then let's step back over into the dark and I'll show you the main issue. All right, we're back here in the back. There is a main trunk line that goes where this tape is. And they've come out of that with some more flexible pipe. And they've gone over to some of that rectangular duct work over there. And then it goes around my front porch and then connects back to the other side of the house on the main trunk line. It's a disaster. So what they're going to do, and the main reason they did all of this is because my porch is right here, and the main trunk line should have gone straight on through, but instead they've had to skirt around it. So this right here looks the same as on the other side, and it's just losing a tremendous amount of airflow. So what they're going to do is pull all of this out right here, and they're going to go back up into this stuff here, and they're just going to cut over to the side, go down, and then basically it will eliminate this flex pipe. It'll just have the duct coming out of here straight over and into that. So hopefully we'll improve a lot of the airflow as it goes back to the other side of the house. Because this unit has to be replaced, they also need to replace the furnace so that the two will match and it will maintain its warranty. So I'm looking at somewhere between $6,000 and $8,000 for the furnace, the compressor, and then all the duct work as well. So not exactly what I was anticipating, only 7 years into this home, but it is what it is. So hopefully I will have that fixed. I probably won't show the actual work being done. I just wanted to kind of show the before and after so we could see what it's like to be a professional homeowner. The guys are here working on my HVAC system today. Let me show you what they've done so far. They have been working here on this first pipe. So they removed that long flexible tube that was here, and they are putting in the metal pipe. So it comes straight down, hits a 90, cuts right over, and goes over to this side, and removes all those little loops that were in there before. So hopefully that'll make a big difference in getting this fixed up. So looking good so far. They had to go back to the shop and make something. Let's go over here and see if they've gotten to that back there yet. I doubt it, but let me just step back there real quick and see. They have not made it back to the other end of the house yet, so they're just focusing right here for now. They anticipate getting this job done today, so hopefully they do. They will be insulating this right here as soon as it's finished, so that'll be good. But I'll bring you back for an update here in just a bit. The guys just left. Let's take a look at the work they've done. So they put some metal strap up here to hold this new metal pipe in, right there. And they've insulated that to keep things from dissipating the cold or heat, whichever one happens there. So anyway, that's looking nice. It removed a lot of that issue I had with it sagging down. So now it's just 90 degrees here. But the main thing I want to go look at is back here in the back. So let me step back there real quick and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, I made it back here. So this right here is where that flexible pipe came down and reconnected to over there. And as you can see, they have just added some more of that duct work, and it is a gentle sweep over there now. And they've done the same thing on the far side. Just basically got around this concrete block wall here, and it looks so much better. Now there is some insulation that was down previously. It's going to go back up where that pipe is, and that needs to be fixed. But I am impressed with this, so much better than it was before. I went back to my room and turned on the fan, and it was blowing out more air than it was previously. Now as far as duct work goes up under here, there's one last thing they're going to do. See where that insulation is ripped right there? There's a vent that's in my daughter's room, and it's just blowing a tremendous amount of air. And so they're going to just put a damper on that and just reduce the airflow. So that's going to be the last thing that's done under the house. And the next step, they're going to be doing the stuff outside and then the furnace up here in the house. So I'll bring you along for that whenever it happens. After about 3 months with the HVAC system not working properly, the guys finally came back over yesterday and finished hooking everything up. So it took them 3 days. The first day, they pulled out the old equipment and just got the new boxes in here. Second day, they were hooking up things like duct work and all the electrical. And then yesterday, the third day, the guy just came and hooked everything up. And turned everything on and made sure it was working properly. The system I had before was a Trane, and this one is a Rheem. The box is a little bit smaller and the unit is a little bit louder, but it seems to blow air pretty good. So the compressor outside is matched to the house size, which it wasn't before. But anyway, you can see they've got everything working here. That's your drain line. So anyway, looking good. I think this rip was already here before, but it's just that plastic. No big deal. So let's step outside and look at the unit out there. Here is the compressor outside, nice and new. It's a little bit shorter and maybe a little bit fatter at the bottom, but it's looking good. So the other unit, they think, may have had some refurbished parts and it wasn't new when it was installed. So all kinds of terrible issues.
But anyway, the work seems to be pretty clean down here. I do need to throw away a couple pieces of trash that were left, but I like it. So there's that unit there. Let's go into the house and see what that looks like. They had to access a few things up in here, and so I need to take some more tape and insulation and fix up in here a little bit. I was noticing one spot in particular is right up in there that could use some insulation, maybe over here as well, and then possibly up over there some. But they had to put in the new drain line, which goes right there and over. And then they also had to put in the new lines, which you see right here. They go all the way down to the compressor outside. So anyway, I just want to get back in here and fix a little bit of this. Having this ductwork right here go over has made a big improvement on my airflow in the back of the house and that side of the house in general. So anyway, just wanted to show you what things look like up under here, and I'll have to come back and just fix the insulation a little bit. I'm glad that the HVAC system is working now. So apparently it was not working for a very long time. The unit outside would spin up and make this terrible screeching sound, and it has been doing that for probably 4 years. And so it was never working properly. Whenever this was hooked up, the airflow was just amazing. So the other unit was not doing its job for quite a long time. I think some of that might have been my fault. We had 2 little dogs here at the house. When the home was first put in, we had a bunch of the red clay dirt, and so the filters got clogged up pretty quick, and I didn't change those out as often as I should. So I think some of that is my fault, but the outside unit was too small, and also the ductwork under the house was also messed up. So a lot of issues with airflow. They still need to come back and fix the vent in my daughter's room because there's just way too much air coming out of that one vent. They're just going to reduce that down. So at the coldest month was February, and my power bill was $377. So now I'm hoping to see something closer to $100 with this being fixed, because using the heat strips for this unit was very expensive. Anyway, just wanted to show you my issue with the HVAC system. Some of it I think was parts being too small in the unit outside, the air filters not being changed often enough, and then the ductwork under there. So several things were causing issues and just caused it to die. But thanks for watching. I'm Seth with Land A House, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.